Fabian Lyon, and we are here with Chaminade star forward Toumani Camara. And first of all, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And you have quite an interesting story. You were born in Belgium.
Yeah.
And just take us back maybe a couple years, how long you've been here, and just take us through that journey of traveling from Belgium, how the basketball is there,
Yeah.
and how it compares to the American brand of basketball.
I've been here 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bigger different. The basketball culture is way different. It's way bigger here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wanted to come here. I wanted to play D1 basketball. So that's why I moved down here. And yeah, it's just, I have a friend who helped me get into the country and everything. So
Okay. So tell me about the level of basketball in Belgium there, and how did you first pick up the sport? Was it a player that you followed in the NBA that really motivated you to pick up the sport?
No, it was my brother. I started when I was 6,
Mm-hmm.
and he started playing basketball, and I wanted to do everything like him. So I just started playing,
Okay.
and I just loved it right away.
Okay. And what level did your brother play?
He got hurt when he was 16, I guess. I think so. Yeah, 16. So he stopped playing after this. He's trying to come back now. He's 20.
Okay.
But he not playing professional though.
Okay.
It's just
All right.
for fun,
So your parents are still over there in Belgium?
yeah.
Okay. And how has that been for you, being away from your parents? Has that been tough the first year, or explain how that?
It's hard sometimes, but I'm just so happy of everything I have here, like the people around me, and I have some very good people around me, so I don't feel the loss of our family.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm not really homesick, if I can say it like that, because the opportunity that I have here, and yeah, everything's great now.
So they must be really excited and happy for you that
Yeah.
you're kind of bringing their name here
Yeah.
and doing great things. How do you communicate with them as far as, did you send them clips of your game? And just tell me about that experience of them watching you play over here.
It's been a long time and they didn't see me play,
Mm-hmm.
so they're coming for Christmas, so they're gonna see me play
Okay.
for my tournament. But I usually FaceTime them like 2 or 3 times a week,
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep contact with them.
Okay. All right. Do you come from an athletic family, or?
My dad was playing soccer,
Mm-hmm.
but I never really catch up to soccer. I was just, I don't know, I love basketball. It's just my only sport actually.
Did you play some soccer?
I play soccer in the street with my friends, but
Okay.
no, actually soccer.
Nothing
Yeah.
seriously.
I swim before I did track. That's it.
Okay. So, what's also quite remarkable is I think the previous summer you had no offers. Nobody really knew about you, and then you went from that to over 20 offers, major D1 offers, and that you signed recently with Georgia, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you, thank you.
And just tell me about Georgia and why you chose Georgia, and Tom Crean is your coach.
Yeah.
And just tell me about your visit there and what really pulled you in to play for that SEC team.
I just like the program. The program's great. Everything's new, so that's his first year, and I have a lot of confidence in him. And I know he's gonna get me better and help me get where I want to go. And the people over there, just when I was over there on a visit, I was just feeling home. It was just feeling I need to go there. So I definitely chose that place.
So. Are you ready for that very physical conference? The SEC is very physical, as you know. It's very rugged. And do you think what you did over the summer and this season is going to help you get ready for the SEC?
Yeah, I think mentally I'm for sure ready for it. It's just I need to get my body ready after the season and get ready for it. But yeah, I'm excited too.
Is there any professional player, NBA player from Belgium in the NBA now, or has been that you know of?
There's one, DJ Benga, but he doesn't have a big name in it. He had a couple rings with the Lakers, but I think that's it. We have now one of my friends who plays in the D League. His name is Manu Lecomte.
Okay.
Yeah, he played for the Clippers.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna be great.
Okay. All right. So talk about your game, how far it has come in 2 years from when you first got here, and what was the big transition that you had to make coming over, and what did you expect when you came over here?
I know the difference is between like Europe and the USA is very physical. In Europe, it's more like a smart game, if I would say like that. So we play more like move without the ball and cuts and everything. And here it's more like being physical. But with Coach Torres, what I learned is that we put both together. Like he's he's a very smart coach, and so we both together.
Talk about your district here that you play in with Calvary and U School.
Yeah.
And when you play University, you're going to be matched up against Scotty Barnes and two very good forwards in yourself and him. And how do you look at, is that a rivalry for you going against one of the top players in the nation in Scotty Barnes, one of the top wing players?
I don't really see it like that. People all the time talk to me about that game, but I don't really see it like that. To me, it's just another game that I have to win. And yeah, it's just a game against me.
What added responsibility do you have this year? You're going to be carrying a big load in, some people are calling this with Calvary and you know, a very, very tough district. Maybe the toughest district in Florida.
Yeah.
And just tell me, what do you expect out of your play for you to be competitive with the Calvarys and the U School and the Somerset? How much better are you than last year?
I think last year I had a great season, but this year I just more confident, bigger, and just more experience, I would say. So I know I'm gonna do better this year. And I just need to be better of a leader and lead my team to the win, and we're gonna do it.
What did you work on most over the summer with the AAU team? Just tell me what area you wanted to get better in and that you have gotten better in over the summer.
I would say get my shot a little bit more consistent. My dribble a little bit more tight, and be a better teammate. Be more consistent in everything I do. So.
Now, was the game way more physical than you expected, or were you expecting it to be much more physical? High school basketball in your first year last year, was it very physical?
It was. I would say it's a faster pace. I would not say it's more physical. I said the pace is way faster. So we're gonna play faster. We don't have a shot. We don't have a shot clock, so it's gonna take a long time. So it's different.
Okay. And what stood out of your junior year last year? Was there any one opponent? Was it one team that something happened that really kind of was an eye-opening experience for you throughout the whole schedule last year? Was there one or two teams or a couple players that you went up against where you realized that, you know, I got to bring my A game every game? Was there one or two teams that stood out maybe?
I would say there's a couple teams. A lot of district games when I play Calvary and when I play U School. Calvary, I just realized I need to be more physical because I was not ready for that game, I guess, and we lost that game. And U School, it was just see how much of a leader I need to be to lead my team. I had a great game against University, but I think we should have won that game. Yeah.
So have you gone back to Belgium since you came over?
Yeah.
And what has that experience been? Have some kids that maybe look up to you in, first of all, what city are you from in Belgium?
Brussels.
Oh, you're, okay, that's the capital of Belgium. And just tell me about coming back for the first time. The kids in the neighborhood, maybe, you know, now, man, you're in the United States in the top level kind of basketball. Just tell me about that experience, how you might be inspiring some kids.
I think it's crazy because I didn't know I was about to do all I'm doing right now. So I didn't know I was about to actually make my name up there. And I was like receiving message from my mom when I was in the newspaper back in Belgium.
Okay.
So I was kind of happy, and I just want to make my family proud.
Right. Okay. Do you feel like you are putting Belgium on the map, so to speak? And how does that make you feel? We're a country mostly known for soccer and a very good soccer team. How does that feel to me? You're kind of almost like a pioneer in that you're putting basketball on the map in going to Georgia.
It feels great. It feels great. I can't feel better. It's just I wanted to represent my country since I'm young. I wanted to play for the national team since I'm 6, and I did it when I was in U16. I didn't do it last year, but whenever I have the chance to play for the national team, I will.
Okay. Now, what was some of the misconceptions when you came over here? Europeans have a certain reputation of not being very physical and more of a finesse game. I'm sure you heard it.
Yeah.
And how did you want to kind of defy that's not for every person, maybe a couple players, but is that something that was in the back of your head that people thought that maybe Europeans are a little softer, and then you want to go to prove them wrong?
I would not say we're softer. I would say the way we teach the young players is different. Because I think as a pro, the physical part gonna be here in Belgium. But the way they like teach younger guys is gonna be more like teach you fundamental first, and then we're gonna try to get you stronger.
Right.
By the way you're getting older, and here's more like people like already like freshmen already in like the weight room and everything getting bigger, and it's just the mentality is different.
Okay. So it's more skill development first, and then
exactly.
get your body right. Okay. Is there an NBA player out there that or a college player out there that you've kind of modeled your game after, or is there somebody that you kind of see yourself in on the next level, and who would that be?
My favorite player is Dwayne Wade, even though I don't really play like him. He's my favorite player since I'm young, and I look KD a lot, Paul George, a lot of big wings that can play like me. Yeah.
Okay. So for you to succeed in SEC, what do you think you're going to really have to work on this year to best prepare you for Georgia?
I think it's the physical part, get stronger and be able to use my body better, and get my shot more consistent, like I said.
Okay, and how about your team coming back? How do you feel about your returning players from last year? And where you think Chaminade is going to be better this year than last year?
I think we're going to be better overall because we had a lot of injury last year, and everybody's coming back now. So we're gonna surprise people.
Do you kind of like the fact that Chaminade might be somewhat of an underdog, maybe pick third or fourth in the district? Yeah. How does that make the team kind of feel like they could jump up and surprise some people?
Yeah, for sure. I think we don't have anything to lose, so we're gonna try to win everything we can. We don't have a chip on our shoulder, so it's not something we can be scared of.
Okay. And what kind of season are you looking at, you feel, as far as you really put yourself among the best players in Florida? Or where do you expect to be at the end of the season as far as knowing your name, being more a household name in Florida?
Yeah, I don't really care about my individual.